Okay, Serbia versus England has just finished. It's finished 1-0 to England on the night. Jude Bellingham with the only goal, a header after 13 minutes, and it was a brilliant piece of play that ended with a very, very well worked goal. They used the wide areas and the youth and the pace. Saka has had a good game in attack. The concern I have is that England should and could have scored two or three more goals and been very, very comfortable. Another concern I have, game management. There's a few sides where I can say their game management isn't great. Um, you look at some of the average age of some of these squads, they're very, very young. This is a very young tournament in the sense of average age of squad. Serbia were never out of this game. Never out of this game. Now, England, while it's pleasing to get a win to start the tournament, and generally England's record in Euros, apart from the last Euros, isn't great when it comes to opening games. They haven't had great starts to the Euros. So this time round, much like last time, getting a win in the first game is important, but there are some massive areas of concern. Game management is one of them. And then when you are defending so deep, they've got pace in the defensive areas. They're not a slow defence, which is a positive. But they were sitting so deep that it was very hard to then start those counter-attacks to get down the other end of the field. Serbia were physical. They've got skill. This is not a terrible Serbian side. They've got some very talented players. Mitrovic led the line very, very well and had a very, very physical battle with the back four of England. And it was a contest where, as I say, the game management from England, when they went 1-0 up, they couldn't get that second goal. And there were still opportunities to be caught on the break because in transition, they when they turn the ball over or the ball, they haven't scored from the opportunity and the opposition are clearing their lines, they do leave them exposed for counter-attacks. England in possession, when it is slow build-up, look ponderous. That we look at our best when attacking quickly. I've always said that under Gareth Southgate. The best way England can attack is quickly with pace, very few passes, use the pace in the wide areas and use movement off the ball. When it's in slow, methodical possession, we get bogged down and just lose a bit of direction when it came to the attack. Tonight was refreshing seeing in attack very, very positive signs. But it is in that middle third when the ball gets turned over or the play breaks up and defensively, managing the game. The finishing, okay, you've got a Serbian goalkeeper who's had a very good game, pulled off some very important saves. The chances are being created, and that will come in time with against Denmark and against Slovenia. More chances will be created, players will score. Bellingham getting on the score sheet, I think, was good. It's good that we've got more scoring depth than we've had before. We've got a lot of players who can pitch in with goals. So we're not just relying on Harry Kane to be the main guy. There's other guys like Saka, Bellingham, Jared Bowen, for example, who are known goal scorers who can score double figures of goals at club level. Who've had very, very good seasons. But defensively and game management is a massive, massive concern. Serbia, Slovenia and Denmark, it's going to be a battle. This is a group of death. This is not as easy a group as I thought. I mean, Slovenia were never out of the game against Denmark, much like Serbia not being out of the game against England. It's going to be a fun group. It's going to be a nervy group, but a fun group. I think England do have to play better against Denmark and Slovenia. I really do think that. They cannot leave them hanging in the game. Denmark are very good technically, and when they did get attacks right, they looked threatening. Slovenia were never out of that game. They got a lot of fight and organisation about them and work rate and energy. So it's going to be a fun group to see how this group plays out. England are in a pole position now because of that draw between Slovenia and Denmark. So England, all they've got to do is, as a minimum, get a draw out the next two games. 4 points should be enough to qualify for the next round, but they've got to try and win their next game to guarantee a nice, easy route through to the next round. Serbia, I can see Serbia-Slovenia being a tasty game. I can see Serbia-Denmark being a tasty game. There is no easy game in this group from what I've seen of the four teams so far. England need to improve that game management. Serbia, they were very slow out the blocks. They need to start quicker in their next game, otherwise they could be going home very, very early. So, work in progress with England, work in progress with Serbia. I don't think it's the end for Serbia. I think they will, obviously, their clash against Slovenia is going to be really interesting. Denmark as well, another team that allowed their game management to just lose that intensity a little bit. But I don't think England can afford any more nervy finishes like that. They're going to be tougher tests in this tournament to come. Now, the group stage, Slovenia and Denmark, in theory on paper, England should win. But if they lose their game management and lose control of the game a little bit by sitting on a 1-0 or not being able to get that second goal, we could have a few more nervy games yet. So there's room for improvement. Defensively, I still have some concerns, but going forward, the team look really effective. It's just in defence where I have some concerns about that game management. Stopping the run, stopping the space, winning the midfield battle a little bit. England made itself tough for themselves this evening. But there we go. Jude Bellingham getting his tournament up and running with a great header. England getting up and running with a nervy win, but a win nonetheless. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on the game below, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.